It is now April, meaning that the NFL Combine and the bulk of free agency have come and gone. It's also draft month, and the Redskins are just a few weeks away from being on the clock. With the additions of quarterback Case Keenum and safety Landon Collins, the Redskins could go a variety of different directions at pick no. 15. Check out NBC Sports Washington's mock draft here. How have the Combine and free agency affected the Redskins draft board with under a month to go? NBC Sports Washington's Ben Standig, LB Devin Bush, Michigan Standig notes that with the addition of Keenum, the Redskins no longer need to panic at quarterback, and points out that the top three in the draft class will most likely be gone anyway. The speed and three-down talent Bush would bring to the Redskins would greatly improve their defense against the run. Bleacher Report's Matt Miller, QB Daniel Jones, Duke. Unlike Standig, Miller fully expects the Redskins to go quarterback at no. 15, as Keenum and Colt McCoy are the only two healthy quarterbacks on the Redskins roster. Jones is NFL ready, and a sharp, smart passer, according to Miller. With Kyler Murray, Dwayne Haskins, and Drew Lock all taken, Jones is the choice for Washington here. ESPN's Mel Kiper, OLB Brian Burns, Florida State. With the loss of edge rusher Preston Smith, who signed with the Green Bay Packers last month, Kiper has Washington selecting Burns, who is the best edge rusher on his draft board. Kiper mentioned that if the Redskins wanted to draft a quarterback, such as Drew Lock for instance, they will probably have to trade up in the draft. SB Nation's Dan Catter, OLB Devin Bush, Michigan. The Redskins have many needs on both sides of the ball, that they might need to pass up the opportunity to draft a quarterback in order to fill a more pressing need. Bush's speed is unlike anything the Redskins' defense currently has, and would be a major upgrade to a unit that struggled down the stretch of the 2018 season. NFL.com's Charles Davis, OLB Brian Burns, Florida State. After adding interior defensive linemen with their first-round picks over the last two drafts in Jonathan Allen and Darren Payne, the Redskins choose to address the need of another pass rusher with a selection of Burns. After losing Preston Smith in free agency, Burns would certainly help fill that void. CBS Sports' Ryan Wilson, WRDK. Metcalf, Ole Miss. Metcalf showed his game-changing talent at February's NFL Combine, when the Ole Miss product ran a 4.33 40-yard dash time. Wilson believes that the Redskins have their short-term quarterback in Keenum, and adding Metcalf would greatly improve a Redskins receiving unit that has a lot of questions entering 2019. Sporting News. Vinny Iyer, QB Daniel Jones, Duke. Iyer writes that Jones has pro-tailored skills and ideal quarterback size at 6'5", 221 pounds. Additionally, he was trained by both Peyton and Eli Manning's mentor, David Cutcliffe. With Alex Smith unable to play and Case Keenum as nothing more than a bridge quarterback, the Redskins take their quarterback of the future in Jones. More Redskins news. Oklahoma quarterback Kyler Murray turned college football upside down in 2018, winning the Heisman Trophy and guiding the Sooners to the college football playoff. His electric speed and blinding quickness, combined with a lethal, accurate arm, to elevate Oklahoma's normally fast-paced offense into an organized blur. Murray was dynamic in college in a way few players ever are, and now, the question is if he can do the same in the professional ranks. His height is no longer an issue, he's over 5'10", his weight is no longer an issue, he's over 200 pounds. The biggest issue now is if he can run an NFL offense with the likes of Von Miller or Khalil Mack coming after him. In Washington, however, the issues might be different. Bruce Allen, Doug Williams and Jay Gruden have all explained that any addition at quarterback comes with the immediate expectations of winning. According to those guys, the Redskins are built to win, and win this season. Washington is infamously close in 2019. More likely than not, Kyler isn't close. It will take an innovative offensive mind willing to rebuild their entire offense around Murray to succeed. There won't be many traditional sets with the quarterback under center, and the run game will likely take a backseat to moving pockets and RPOs. Gruden might have the mind to design that offense, but the Redskins don't have the luxury of redesigning their offense. The team has more than $100 million committed to the offensive side of the football for 2019. The team has significant cash spent at both tackle spots and 2 tight ends. The team has invested in both Darius Guice and Adrian Peterson, and when Gruden spoke about his offense a few weeks ago, he explained he wanted to grind out wins by playing low-scoring, ball-control football. Kyler Murray is the opposite of low-scoring, ball-control football. Now, if Washington thought actually landing Murray was possible, the tune might change. No player would jolt the fan base to life like Murray, but it certainly seems that Murray will go number 1 overall in the NFL draft to Arizona. It's a great fit, as the Cardinals have a young, innovative offensive mind in first-year head coach Cliff Kingsbury and an ability to rebuild their offense. Murray in the desert makes a lot of sense. Murray in the nation's capital does not. More Redskins news. NBC Sports Washington wants Redskins fans to help decide the team's ideal 2019 first-round pick by voting in the Redskins draft bracket on Twitter. Before you vote, though, take in this breakdown of the next matchup. Past matchups of the 2019 Redskins draft bracket that involved QBs still weren't totally cut and dry, despite the fact that Washington needs a passer as badly as the AAF needs, just a few extra bucks. Dwayne Haskins would absolutely be tough to ignore at pick no. 15, but Brian Burns may provide an earlier impact as a pass rusher for a head coach that must win now. Same with Ja'Kai Polite, who squared off with Daniel Jones, a signal caller whose ceiling potentially looks limited. In this pairing between Drew Lock and Dexter Lawrence, however, there's no doubt whom the winner should be. Lock is a lock. That's no disrespect to Lawrence, either. NBC Sports Washington's Ben Standig calls the Clemson defensive tackle a massive man and athletic force. NFL.com, meanwhile, likes his abilities in both a 4-3 or 3-4 defense. It's also important to remember, and this is something that's been mentioned in many of these blogs, that a position of strength can become a position of need in a year, or even less, in the NFL. Now, with all that being said, it still doesn't make much sense for the Redskins to draft Lawrence. The Burgundy and Gold have Jonathan Allen and Darren Payne, plus Matthew Ioannidis, holding down the middle of their D-line. Tim Settle is developing as well. At this point, it's obvious that Jim Tomsula's unit is the best group on the Skins. They don't need any more help there beyond maybe a late round pick to add to their rotation. Lock comes with questions, of course. And it's not entirely clear he'll be available when Washington's on the clock. If he is, though, there should be no debate. If it's possible, there should be, negative debate. This draft bracket showdown isn't really one after all. You've heard the case for both players. Now, retweet or like depending on whom you'd prefer to see move on in the bracket. 16 potential picks. A month of madness. You make the call. The NBC's Washington draft bracket continues. Retweet for Missouri QB Drew Lock, like for Clemson DT Dexter Lawrence. Pick.twitter.com/U1TSDN, NBC Sports Redskins, @NBCS Redskins, April 3, 2019. More Redskins